Welcome back, everyone. It's time for Daybreak in 10 on Color 10.
We're on the air with you commercial-free for the next 10 minutes, beginning right now. And we like to start by checking with our forecast, by checking in with meteorologist Elisa Raffa on what we can expect for today and the holiday weekend. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning. We are starting out with some clouds and very warm and humid. It's 70 degrees in Branson with some mostly cloudy skies and dew points over 70. Showers are trying to bubble up this morning. They're not really doing a good job. For the most part, we're dry. We just have some clouds out there. It's 72 degrees in Springfield, 70 in Camdenton, and 75 degrees in Monette. It's very humid like it's been, with that muggy meter showing some reds on the map. If you want some ice cream out there today, it is going to melt. 91 degrees will feel like 101. It will be hot and humid, so eat your ice cream quick as you fire up the grill. We'll have some isolated storms possible, and then things stay very warm and muggy through the evening hours. Now, with the real feels being over 100 degrees, another heat advisory is in effect today from 1 until 8 for Springfield and areas back to the south and west where that heat index will climb over 100. With that storm chance today, you could have 1 or 2 strong storms to the south and west as well. That's where we've got a marginal risk for some damaging winds and large hail. So an isolated storm threat out there today, not as organized as yesterday. The heat will crank with highs in the lower 90s. Muggy 70s tonight. Tomorrow, a healthier storm chance, some scattered showers and storms with temperatures in the middle and upper 80s. So not as hot, still hot and muggy, but not as hot. Will be below the heat advisory criteria through the holiday weekend, with the most dangerous day for the heat index today, with that heat index over 100. You'll find that heat index in the 90s as you head through the holiday weekend, so still pretty warm. You'll need to drink lots of water, but below the advisory criteria. A couple of showers and storms on Friday as you kick off your holiday weekend. Sunshine on the 4th of July with that high around 90 degrees. For that fireworks forecast, it's going to stay warm and muggy. You're looking at some partly to mostly cloudy skies with temperatures in the 70s and 80s, staying very warm and muggy. So your holiday headlines, the healthiest storm chance is going to be Friday. Your hot and humid Saturday and Sunday, maybe a storm or two, but most of us dry. Your fireworks stay dry, warm, and muggy. Joe, Jen?
The Christian County Sheriff's Department still has an endangered persons advisory issued for 13-year-old Alexis Mcnelly. She left her home after an argument with a family member and hasn't been heard from since. She's a white female with brown eyes and glasses and brown hair. She was last seen wearing a dark T-shirt and navy blue basketball shorts. If you have any information about this, you should call the Christian County Sheriff's Office.
A person is in serious condition after being hit by a boat at the Lake of the Ozarks. The incident report shows 41-year-old John Decker was kneeboarding near the 89-mile marker when he fell off the board and was floating in the water. That's when a boat hit Decker while trying to avoid a collision with the boat that was pulling him. He was life-flighted to a Columbia hospital.
Governor Mike Parson has signed a bill to make it tougher to win punitive damages lawsuits. It's meant to help protect businesses now. The law tightens up the definition of punitive damages, meaning plaintiffs will have to prove the company knowingly engaged in any type of unsafe conduct that resulted in damage. Parson believes this will have a good effect on business growth, and local attorney Steve Garner explains things will be more challenging for those filing lawsuits.
Where there's not so many frivolous lawsuits all the time. And just the cost of fighting those lawsuits every time is a big deal to the businesses around the state of Missouri. Because every new business that wants to come to your state is going to find out what that legal climate's like in your state.
Now you've got to prove almost an intent element in order to submit, which intent is very hard to prove directly. So it does make it harder for bad conduct to be deterred.
This also requires plaintiffs to have clear proof that they sustained damage from a product if they sue for damages caused by merchandise.
News from around the region. The city of Bentonville is taking its claim to fame as mountain biking capital of the world. The city has 130 miles of biking trails connected to its downtown area, with access to more than 250 miles of trails connected to Arkansas's Ozark Trail system. The Greater Bentonville Area Chamber of Commerce says the city's trail system is connecting to more than beautiful views. It's a connection for people.
This gives everyone in Bentonville the chance to connect, to enjoy the outdoors, but then it gives mountain bike tourists, which is a huge part of our economy, another reason and a continued reason to know, hey, We have got to get to the mountain bike capital of the world this year.
The chamber says it's redefining rush hour for those in Northwest Arkansas as people are using bike trails rather than the highway to get to the office.
A citywide ban of styrofoam is in effect in Fayetteville, Arkansas now. The city passed the ordinance last November, which includes an order to not use things like plates, cups, bowls, and other products. The ordinance was set to go into effect in May, but that was extended to give relief to restaurants during the pandemic. Now those same restaurants and businesses must follow the new law.
Some places are going to have to change their pricing to make up the difference on that cost. It doesn't sound like much, but over a period of time, it will definitely affect sales and profit.
City leaders passed it with their reasoning, saying that the change will help improve the environment.
Training at Fort Chaffee in Arkansas for thousands of Army National Guard soldiers is canceled. The training would have brought 4,300 troops together. Initially, the National Guard said they would test soldiers before they left training, but yesterday they said a federal law blocked them from getting the tests paid for.
We gained new knowledge as we were trying to buy the kits. That's where we ran up against the constraint. Figured out it was going to be a major problem for us and began planning the what next.
Instead of the training now, instead of coming to Arkansas, troops will either do virtual drills or drills at their home armories.
In some news from around the world, 300,000 people have been ordered to stay home in the Australian state of Victoria, where coronavirus cases have risen by double digits for 17 straight days. Victoria's health department says there are currently 415 active cases in the state, with 20 people in the hospital. Testing is continuing there too, with more than 26,000 done just yesterday.
New this morning, two friends say they've created a way to help families de-stress during these current times. Nigel McDonald met with them over Zoom and joins us live now to explain exactly what they're doing. Good morning, Nigel.
Well, good morning, Jen. Creators Mike Farrell and Jacob Horn are co-authors of a new children's book called Lily and Timmy's Super Awesome Incredible COVID-19 B-Day. Now, Farrell and Horn say the idea came after having too much time on their hands during quarantine. The book actually started out as a joke between the two about a couple of kids who wanted to go to Disneyland but couldn't go because of the outbreak. Now, initially, the story was only going to be for their family and friends. However, they say they realized how helpful something like this could be for all families with children, especially since most kids are dealing with having their daily routines interrupted and might not understand why.
Moms can really relate to this book because they've been telling us, listen, we've got kids at home that we were supposed to do some event outside somewhere and we couldn't go. And these moms are telling us, or dads are telling us that they had to come up with a creative way to save the day as well. And that is really what our book is about. It's about a mom that saves the day.
Well, the book is available on Amazon, and for more information about it and Farrell and Horn, you can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com.
We want to let you know that the Springfield Greene County Health Department will be holding a press briefing later on today, happening at 10 o'clock. It will address the next steps in the city's Road to Recovery plan. We'll be carrying this for you on air and online, so you have multiple ways to view.
And now here's a look at what's coming up after Daybreak.
Coming up, as the U.S. sets a new record for daily coronavirus cases, we take you to 3 of the hardest hit states. Plus, Broadway star Nick Cordero's wife, Amanda Klutz, updates us on complications from his long battle with COVID-19. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
We take a look at what's trending and what you might notice here. Big decision regarding the Trump family, right, Jen?
Yes, we have been following this story all week, and President Trump and his brother Robert were trying to keep this book from being published. Well, a judge just ruled that President Trump's niece will be allowed to release this book. It's a tell-all book, and there had been some issues there on what she could have written about and could not have written about. Well, it turns out now the judge said the book can be sent to retailers.
That court ruling actually just came down last night, so you can expect that to be coming out. Also, what's been making news around the world for you, that landslide we told you about at a jade mine in northern Myanmar has killed at least 100 people, but unfortunately many more are feared to be dead too. A pile of mine waste collapsed into a lake that triggered a wave of mud and water that buried those workers there. And things are seemingly, yeah, things are developing there, but those accidents are commonly run in those poor mines there.
Yes, and they also work already in some dangerous conditions, and then rain and then those landslides make it more difficult. So more details coming out throughout the day.
That's right. So we still have one more day in the week, but a lot of people are taking the holiday on July 3rd. So that's very good to see. But a lot of people are also really trying to get the most out of the holiday while also staying safe, whether you're traveling by car or maybe just staying home. If you're in the Ozarks, it's going to be pretty hot out there, right?
Yeah, we've got a heat advisory that takes effect today, looking at highs at 91 degrees, feeling like 101 with some isolated storms. Healthier storm chances on Friday. And I keep saying like cooler. I mean, it's not cooler. It's not going to feel better. It's just going to be maybe a little bit less humid. You're looking at highs around 90, feeling like 95 through the holiday weekend. So still drink lots of water, still need sunscreen, just not heat advisory
Cooler
criteria.
in July terms is what you mean.
It's cooler than where we've been, relatively, I should say, I guess.
Yeah. And part of being safe, as Elisa mentioned, is drinking lots of water and the sunscreen. Don't forget the sunscreen. Learn that the hard way. So, you know, the first time you go out in the sun and you're so excited and you just forget to, and also keep reapplying, because not just one time doesn't work. Okay, I learned that the hard way. So.
Also, if you're not watching on Fox right now, flip it over to Ozarks Fox. Jeremy and Kelly have a patriotic Ozarks Fox AM coming up for you. Stay with us, everyone. Thanks so much for watching this morning.